Mastering throw compensation for a stun shot using Pivot English. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deeper into Pivot English and tackling throw compensation for stun shots. With parallel English, you need to compensate for squirt, swerve, and throw at the same time to formulate an aim point. Using Pivot English, squirt and swerve, which we call deflection, is eliminated due to the placement of the bridge in the pivot point. So you only need to compensate for throw. First things first, if you haven't seen our video on Mastering Pool with Pivot English parts 1 to 4, check it out first. So this system breaks down aiming into two halves. The first half involves placing the bridge at the pivot point, which eliminates the need to compensate for squirt and swerve or deflection. The second half of the system is compensating for throw only, depending on the spin applied. This video focuses solely on the second half, throw compensation. There's a specific amount of spin you can apply, called Garen English, that makes the object ball travel along your aim line with no throw. We have a whole video on throw called Mastering English in Billiards, which talks about cut-induced throw, spin-induced throw, and Garen English. For a deeper dive into this concept, check it out. Garen English is key to compensating for throw in all shots. If you're using Garen English, you can aim directly at center pocket and the object ball will travel that path perfectly. Here's where things get interesting. Spin affects throw. More spin equals less throw, and less spin equals more throw. If you're using more spin than Garen English, the object ball will be thrown short of your aim line. To compensate, you need to aim slightly long. The opposite is true for less spin than Garen English. The object ball will travel past your aim line. Here, you need to overcut the ball to compensate. Let's break down a throw chart for a 30-degree cut stun shot. Look for 40% outside spin, which is Garen English for a 30-degree shot. It has a value of 0, meaning no throw. This spot on the cue ball is where you'd hit for Garen English when close to the object ball. During longer distances of cue ball to object ball, stun shots move towards topspin due to cloth friction, so the tip to cue ball point moves slightly below the equator as you get further away. This helps maintain stun at the time of contact. So now we'll describe the cue ball map. The red circle on the cue ball diagram shows the miscue limit. The blue lines represent various spin percentages in increments of 25%. So vertically it would be 0% topspin, 25% topspin, 50% topspin, 75% topspin, and 100% topspin. And the same below center. 25% bottom spin, 50% bottom spin, 75% bottom spin, 100% bottom spin. It is the same with side spin. So this would be 0% side spin, 25% right or outside spin in this case, 50% outside spin, 75% outside spin, and 100% outside spin. And this would be 25% left or inside spin, 50% inside spin, 75% inside spin, and 100% inside spin. Green circles mark the tips of English. In our diagram, one tip equals half the diameter of the Q-tip. Finding Garen English for a cut shot. For 30-degree cut shots with Garen English, we need 40% outside English. This spot is marked on the diagram. Extreme throws. The most significant throw happens with 10% outside English and 70% outside English. At 10% outside English, the object ball is thrown about 3.5 to 4 degrees forward of the aim line. For 70% outside English, it's thrown negative 3.5 to 4 degrees from the aim line.
There is a simplified way to calculate degrees of throw. Pretend this is your pool cue. This is the tip of the cue. This is the butt of the cue. If you grab your pool cue 57 inches away from the tip on a 4.5 by 9 foot pool table, this is about an inch further than 4.5 diamonds away from the tip. If you grab the pool cue here, for each 1 inch of movement of your grip spot, keeping the tip stationary, will increase your degrees by 1. So a 1 inch movement is 1 degree, a 2 inch movement is 2 degrees, a 3 inch movement is 3 degrees, and so on. In this diagram is depicted 1 degree increments of throw. The red line is through the center of the object ball to the pocket. Each white line is 1 degree of throw. So there's 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees of throw. The blue line is 4 degrees of throw. If you put your cue directly behind the object ball and you move the butt 1 inch over, you get 1 degree. 2 inches over, you get 2 degrees. 3 inches over, you get 3 degrees. 4 inches over, you get 4 degrees. And the same on the other side. If you move the butt 4 inches to 4 inches of throw and look through your cue through the object ball, it would appear to be slightly to the left horn. 4 inches to the other side is slightly to the outside of the right horn.